the one.
Yeah.
Okay, now which one is the biggest variable? Good, so box it. Maritza just gonna do even answer? Not yet? Go for it. You can write this up, please. This up, just like you did on your formal. Use the formal.
Is big and
So, put it in there. On number one. Plus on
So it's 4 multiplied by 8.
So it's 3 and okay. So
4 times
then you go to 6.
I remove this minus one in. Not subtracted, already subtraction.
How many 8s do we got?
That's I one to both sides.
4. So that's another 4.
So that would be put an equal sign in the middle.
And then we multiply here. 4 times 2.
And put 6 on the other side. And then the 24. And there's a extension.
And just bring everything.
This one more than this one more than this. You got the top.
No, I take one.
What's bigger?
Okay, so something else. So you got that part around 4, right? Good.
50.
So what is that?
We're gonna go the opposite on the other side. So negative 2a is what?
Equals.
Positive 2a. From positive 2a to both sides.
Easy double.
Good. And what did you do next?
Positive. We're adding.
So there was the negative 1 in. What do I do with the number? So,
Second to
yeah,
last step.
so simplify this. 1 and 2 and plus 1.
Positive 8. Minus 8 to both sides.
Positive 2 plus 1. The eraser's not allowed. I'll use it back here. Hold on, like this, should get an eraser.
Numbers go with numbers. We still have
You're right.
6 A's on the other side.
Equals 6a. Did you get a different number for your?
So what's your last step? Multiply or divide?
You know why?
Divide 8 and
Here we subtracted 2. We left, yeah, that's why. Sorry, that's my fault. So, I can move this one.
No, it's
So,
just, you only have one over negative, so just
I move that 24 over. Positive 24. So we're gonna do that on the side.
negative 26.
Positive 24. So if I look right, inverse addition or subtraction. So since that's positive, what's my inverse? So subtract on both sides.
So positive and both sides. Well, one and add one and to both sides.
And so one's positive, one's negative, so we're gonna subtract 24 minus 6.
And then the other side under 2.
But because this is bigger, it would be, okay.
So the and on one side cancel out.
Good.
Add those.
And I have my 3 and stuff. And 3 times, and what is
Not
this?
6 and.
So this is multiplication, so my inverse. Good, divide by 3 both sides.
Plus 2 and plus 1 and. Plus 1.
Good. Perfect. So, almost perfect. Equals, and we wanna make sure we dictate what it is.
And then still have on the other side.
Yep.
Equals.
Not that hard,
I have
right?
the number from.
Here we go, hands up.
Go
ahead. Hands up, please. Here we go, tigers on 3, 1, 2. Number 1, I have negative 1 times n minus 6 equals 24 plus 2n. Again, as we've been talking about distributive property, here Jocelyn drew her arrows. The arrows help us visually see what we have to do. Okay, we talked about it with distributive property. The biggest thing is we have to pay attention to our signs. In this case, since it's -1, I'm going to multiply -1 and distribute it, just like we said, distribute candy, distribute papers to each one. So I would have -1 times n, or -1n, and -1 times a -6, so that -6. And we know whenever it's a negative times a negative, we get positive. So I get a +6. Now this is just -1n plus 6 equals 24 plus 2n. We've done plenty of these already. We have our rows up here. The first thing I want to do is combine like terms. Since I want to combine like terms, we say, well, we're going to box the biggest variable here, which is 2n. Since I boxed it, I know I have to move this -1n. Since it's at -1n, what would be my inverse? Plus 1 or positive 1n. I add 1n to both sides, and we know 2n plus 1n is 3n. Step 1 done. Step 2 says what, Jeremias? Inverse what? Addition or subtraction. So again, same thing, right? I have 24 plus 3, and I'm looking at that 24. I want my variable by itself, so I'm going to move that 24 over. So I'm going to subtract 24 from both sides, and I get -18. Then I go down to step 3, which says what, Titali? Right? So I'm looking, well, this is -18 equals 3n, or 3 times a number that will give me -18. Or, like Titali said, I can inverse multiplication or division. Here I have multiplication, so my inverse is division, divide 3 to both sides, and I get -6 equals n. Good. Number 2, I have 26 minus 2a equals 4 times a plus 2. Again, I'm going to distribute my 4 to both, my a and my 2. So I have 4 times a, or 4a, and 4 times 2, which is 8. Same process, right? I look, okay, I'm going to combine like terms. Here is my biggest variable. So since I have -2a, I'm going to add 2a to both sides. 4a plus 2a is 6a. So I get 26 equals 6a plus 8. I look back to my rules, inverse addition or subtraction. Okay, well I have addition, so my inverse must be subtraction. Good. Subtract 8 from both sides and I get 18, because whatever I do to one, I have to do to the other. Now I have 18 equals 6a, or 6 times what number would give me 18? 3, so 3a equals 3. And how's our mental health? I'm not going to ask, I mean, if you guys, does anybody want to share about how their mental health is doing? If not, I'll read it off for your warm-ups. But again, our mental health is very important. I know this week's been a little crazy with the events that's happened throughout our school day. But please make sure we are open to talk to different people. Okay, it's okay to not be okay. For instance, I'll just say it myself. My go-to person on campus has been Mr. Grahava a lot lately, as well as some other teachers on campus during break or lunch. Okay, if you ever feel you need to talk about something or need to get something off your chest, by all means, please let one of your teachers know, or your counselors, or admin. Go ahead and put that away, please. Today we're going to do a basics math. Oh, I thought you said what we were doing today. Okay, so for today, as you can see around the room, there are blue and orange papers. We've done this plenty of times already. We're going to do a 360 math on equations with distributive property. Okay, I did change up our directions just a little bit, so we're going to go through this together as a class, then we'll get into some groups here. Nissy, can you read our first direction, please? Designate questions with the group. Thank you. Number 2, Esmeralda. Good. So now we're not just going to answer it and write it down. We want you to actually explain it to your group. Ava, number 3. Sorry, the third bullet.
Dynamics are actively listening and coaching if
Necessary.
necessary.
What does it mean to be an active listener?
Pay attention.
We're listening, we're paying attention, right? If my partner's writing the answer on the board and explaining it, I don't want to be daydreaming, looking around. And coaching, meaning if I get stuck on that problem, again, you're asking your teammates for help. Okay? Adriana.
What's the answer is verified by your response on the worksheet.
Okay, again, I'll have the worksheet. This worksheet only has 8 questions that will be passed out. And Alma, the last one.
Repeat the process with the next two.
Good. So every station again has 2 different questions that you and your teammates will answer. We'll be in 2 groups of 3, which I think works out perfect. I think we might have 1 extra now. So I'll maybe have 1 group of 4. For the explain part, I did put sentence starters in front of us. What these sentence starters are is to help us actually explain the problem. As we see, someone said, I solved the problem by, the first thing I did to solve the problem was, the answer, I know the answer is reasonable because, and so on. Please use these sentence starters. If you have another way of explaining the problem, by all means, go right ahead. Okay, but I want us to be able to talk on what we're doing. Any questions? So, like we said yesterday, the way we're going to get into order is from shortest to tallest. So what I want is our shortest student, sorry Diana, on this side, and then we'll make our way all the way over from our tallest where Mr. Rahaba is. Ready? Any questions? 3, 2, 1, go. I didn't know you was ready Friday. I didn't know you was ready Friday.
I'm not taller than you, right? I'm not taller than you.
Good, good, good. Oh, brown no spiky hair. I don't know.
No, she's taller.
Hey, Joe, where do we go, Joe? Here you go. Where do we belong? Are we in this one? Stand up straight, Daniel? Yeah. Daniel's a little taller by the hat.
I am?
I don't know. Never mind. Switch.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so as you can see, there's 8 questions. Okay, so my first group, or my first 3, Ariana, Alma, and Esmeralda, you guys will start here. So go ahead and come this way, please. My next 3, Maritza, Jocelyn, look at it, you guys ended up together. Abel, right here, please. Ava, Judith, and Kimberly, you guys will start here. Make sure you guys get a pencil, please. Joe, Daniel, and Brianna, you guys will start here. I need to move the fan. Where is it? Here's one there. I'll show one more walk, please. Alright. Jeremias, Nathan, and Lonnie, you will start. Lonnie will start here. Yes, one person from every group. Grab a whiteboard, marker, eraser, and a multiplication table. You guys will start here. You see, just turn around. You guys will start there. Boys, I'm gonna move you over there. You guys will start on there. Perfect. So again, here we go. As we get started, one person please grab a whiteboard, marker, eraser, and a multiplication table. Multiplication tables are right on top. Yes, one per group. Sorry, guys, one per group. No, one per group. Yeah, just one. Only one per group, guys. Joe, you can bring him. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start my timer again. We're gonna go about 5 minutes or so through each one, and then we will come back. There's no multiplication table. Do you guys have a multiplication table? Yes. Do you guys have a multiplication table? There you go. Say, Dolly, did you guys get a multiplication table? Good, have her hand over there. So Ronnie, we're doing the first one. So then we're watching Alani, right? We're watching her do hers, and if she has any questions, that's where you guys will help. If you have no questions, at least we know what to do, okay?
Two negatives make different signs. What do you do when you have different signs? How does that track?
Of what we're explaining. So I want you to use those sentences to explain what you did.
And don't forget that's negative, that's negative.
No, just the answer is fine.
This you cancel, right?
Yeah. Huh? Explain the answer and then we'll rotate further. You guys are done? Are you going to take this? Yeah. Just one. You guys are done? So make sure we write our answer and explain it to you. Yes. Explain what we did.
Yeah, once you guys have the answer, then you all write down the worksheet with the word.
Okay. Okay, so here we subtracted, right? When I subtract a negative and a negative, do I have? No. Because they're the same sign, I'm gonna add them together, I'm gonna keep the sign. So 12 minus 12 plus 5. So then now how do I do my inverse of addition subtraction? How do I move that over? Not divide. What's my inverse of addition? Subtraction. So subtract on both sides.
Two negatives make it what?
That's gonna stay as well.
What's the negative? Subtract the negative, say two negatives make it what?
And something right. I'm gonna add it together.
Right, that should be. Yes, that remember we want that positive 24.
So what's 7 plus 4? 7 plus 4. 7, put a 1 in there.
So raise, for example, that would change that to plus.
2 plus 1? 3 plus another one? 4, 41. So now what I have is negative 17x equals negative 41. Now what? Yeah, so divide by negative 17.